Y'all, things have gone south between Nene Leakes and Bravo, and Nene is claiming to know where all the bodies are buried. She is now suing Bravo and Andy Cohen, and it looks like this is only the beginning of this messy drama. One thing about the Real Housewives franchise is that there is always more than enough drama to go around, and the Real Housewives of Atlanta is definitely one of the most drama-filled parts of the franchise. There are always so many fights and beef, and it can honestly be chaotic at some points. But hey, we love the drama. And that's why we love the Real Housewives of Atlanta so much. Nene Leakes is without a doubt one of the most controversial characters on the show, and now it looks like she is taking the drama from the screens to real life because she is now suing pretty much everyone involved in the making of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And by everyone, I mean Bravo, NBC Universal, True Entertainment, Truly Original, and Andy Cohen. Yeah, that's a lot of people to sue at a go, and according to sources, Nene isn't here to play at all. Now, everybody knows Nene has been part of the main cast of the show since it started way back in 2008, and that's how she got to be so popular. She is also one of the most popular housewives in all the spin-offs in the franchise, so it's no surprise that she has managed to retain her spot on the show. But it looks like that's all about to change now, because sources have reported that the network is not exactly going to renew her contract for the coming season. Now, before you guys freak out, this doesn't mean that she is being fired from the show. Well, not exactly. She is still going to be on the show, but the thing is that she is being offered a friend contract instead of a peach holder contract as she has had over the years. For those who don't know the difference, a friend contract is offered to friends and close family members of the housewives who sometimes appear on the show but are not regulars. Some lesser housewives also get friend contracts, but the main housewives who are the stars of the show get peach holder contracts, which is the highest contract on the show, and that means they're the main cast of the show. Think of it as the main cast versus the supporting cast, if you get my drift. It goes without saying that people with friend contracts earn way less than those that are peach holder contracts. And so Nene being offered a friend contract means that she is going to have to take a huge pay cut if she decides to accept the contract. But apart from the pay cut, it's also disrespectful for Nene to be downgraded to a friend status when she has steadily been providing content for the show and has earned her spot as one of the most popular and bankable housewives. Sources also claim that Nene was in the process of renegotiating her contract as expected, so we're going to have to wait for a little bit to know what exactly is going on those side of things. But now she is suing everyone involved in the production of the show because according to her, they enabled a hostile work environment for the Black housewives on the show. Yeah, and it gets even more dramatic, but I'm gonna break everything down for you guys because that's what I do. So according to page 6, Nene is suing because the network allowed her fellow housewife Kim Zolciak Byerman to make racist comments not only to Nene but to many other Black housewives. But as you all know, Miss Tardy to the party, Kim is white and she is full of drama. But then pretty much all the housewives have more than their fair share of drama. But the difference is that according to Nene, Kim is racist, and the network enabled her to be racist towards the other Black women instead of checking her nasty little attitude. The lawsuit said NBC, Bravo, and True foster a corporate and workplace culture in which racially insensitive and inappropriate behavior is tolerated, if not encouraged. The lawsuit also cites several examples of Kim's racism, like the time in season 1 when the housewives were having a barbecue and Kim said, "I don't want to sit around Nene and eat chicken." The lawsuit claims that it perpetuated an offensive stereotype about African Americans. That's not the only instance though, because it gets even worse from there. There was also the time when another housewife, Kandi Burruss, bought a new house and Kim called Kandi's new neighborhood ghetto. And I don't think I need to explain to you guys how and why it's racially insensitive to call a Black person's house ghetto, especially since the house was far from what it is considered to be ghetto. The word ghetto has been associated with poverty, and by extension, it is used to refer to Black people. But if that's not bad enough, Kim also questioned why Kandi even needed a swimming pool. Now, for those of you who don't know why this is considered racist, it's because of the stereotype that Black people don't swim. This stereotype can be traced to the times of slavery when Africans were stolen from their homes and taken across the ocean to be sold in slavery. Many of them were often thrown into the ocean if the ship got too heavy, and this is why there's that nasty stereotype that Black people can't swim. This was a very nasty remark, and Kim really should have been checked by the network at this point, but they didn't. The lawsuit also claims that Kim sometimes used the N-word to refer to some of the Black housewives, and that she once said that Nene's house is roach infested. I don't need to explain why the N-word comments are awful, but for those who don't know why the roach comments are offensive, offensive? It's because roaches are associated with poverty, and black people are associated with poverty, and by extension, black people are associated with roaches. Yeah, Kim should really have been checked by the network, but she didn't. Instead, the lawsuit claims that she got rewarded by getting a spinoff of her own show titled Don't Be Tardy. Now, all of this is really horrible, but some fans aren't buying it, and they believe that Nene is just sad because she isn't getting a peach holder contract. They pointed out that Nene has been friends with Kim for years, even after Kim made those offensive comments, and this is true. I mean, Nene checked Kim a couple of times for her nasty comments, and they had their fights sometimes, but on a larger scale, they were pretty much friends. But this is why fans think that Nene is just looking for an excuse for a lawsuit. A fan commented, "She doesn't have a case. All Bravo has to do is play a compilation of the many times Nene talked about how much she loves Kim and wouldn't mind having her back on the show and how she wants to be friends again." All said after Kim left the show. And another fan said, "That means if Nene really did think Kim is racist, then Nene is no better, because that would mean that Nene is still willing to hug and still be friends with a racist. No one with any decency would do that." Well, Nene spilled some more tea on the matter and revealed that her complaints to the network about Kim are the reason that she is being forced out of the show. No, she didn't come out and say that the network was racist, but the lawsuit strongly hinted at it. The lawsuit claimed that the contract negotiations started in 2020 at the height of the Black Lives Matter movement, and as we all know, Nene was pretty vocal about racism during that time. Real Housewives of Atlanta has a lot of black cast, so it was normal that the conversations about the movement were talked about on several episodes. However, the lawsuit alleges that the network kept her out of the shows where racism was being talked about. The lawsuit said, "As the Black Lives Matter movement swept our nation, Mrs. Leakes, who is Bravo's historically most successful black female talent, should have been embraced by NBC, Bravo, and True. Instead, NBC, Bravo, and True forced her out of the house she built, denying her a regular role." Honestly, this all looks pretty sus from the network. And I'm not saying that they are racist, but I'm not saying that it looks like they don't mind aiding and abetting racism, and that's just as bad in my opinion. Nene is now suing for monetary compensation, but she didn't name a specific amount. Instead, she's leaving it to the courts to determine the compensation. However, many fans don't believe that Nene is being cut out from the show because she's complained of racism. But don't get me wrong, the fans agree that Kim has made a lot of racially offensive comments, but they don't believe that is why Nene is being forced out. Instead, they believe that Nene is being forced out because she is just too problematic. Nene does come with a lot of drama, and some fans believe that the network is just tired of dealing with her chaos, and that's the reason that she's being forced out. A fan commented, "Speaking of creating an unsafe working environment, Nene physically intimidated her castmates and got into physical altercations on the regular. Girl, bye. She's a narcissist who constantly plays victim and refuses to take accountability for her actions." Another fan said, "Nene played a major role in the Housewives of Atlanta franchise. However, she made poor choices with her behavior like some of her co-workers on the show. She made the work environment so toxic, that's why they did not want her to come back. Her attitude is terrible. No one should work in a hostile environment." Now, y'all know that I like to be fair, so I have to say that Nene is not the only housewife that comes with drama. The entire franchise thrives on drama between the housewives, and many housewives are more chaotic than Nene is. I mean, Kim literally got exposed as racist, and she still has her role on the show. I'm just saying. But several fans have pointed out that if Nene was really cut out of the show because of her complaints, she can now kiss her career goodbye since she's decided to sue them. Someone said, "Wow, her chances of coming back are definitely down the drain now." And I honestly have to agree with this, but I just hope that she gets more than enough money from the lawsuit, because the network is going to completely cut her off. But she said what she said. While we wait for the network to respond and for the case to go to trial, check out this other video because it's even more chaotic than this one.